competitive Halo's been in a real interesting spot these last couple weeks. We just concluded the second HCS Open Series this weekend, and the grand finals was interesting. So we had SSG going up in a game called 007, or more like Shopify Rebellion. I don't know what you'd call it, but basically it's half of Optic Gaming and half of Shopify Rebellion going up against the newest SSG team, which is going to be Suppress and Fallocated joining alongside the longtime duo Stellar and Eco. And well, it was interesting what happened. I feel like we're starting to see the real separation of the top teams versus the top 4 versus the top 6 versus the top 8. And honestly, I don't know what needs to happen for anyone to catch up. We're talking about a pickup squad of, obviously some of the best some of the best players on some of the best teams in the game, but they look incredible. And I think it's just solidifying what we all know, that Optic Gaming and Shopify Rebellion are at another level. I'm going to play you guys what that grand finals was. I'm sorry if I kind of spoiled the result for you, but it would become very clear what's going to happen in this series right when you watch it. Give me what you guys think about the current situation at HCS, and if you think there is a team that can break through and potentially give Optic or Shopify a run for their money. And if we are going to continue to see these pickup squads week in and week out, can we have maybe Shopify and Optic do a little collab? Half the team on one side, half the team on the other side, have all 8 players join up, but mix all the rosters around. Might be a little fun thing for them to do one weekend. Either way, going into this LAN season, I don't know who can take on these teams and enjoy this grand finals. Really, there's some really great highlight plays throughout.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming down to your dramatic conclusion here on Championship Sunday. It's the road to SLC and it's grand finals time, baby. I'm Why Not Be Reckless, aka Why Not Be Casting. I got my man Tools with me. Tools, tell him something.
And this is going to be a heavyweight battle. You see the team names, you're like, it's a pickup squad, but this pickup squad is 4 of the nastiest gunnies in the HCS. Half of Optic Gaming, the perennial champions of this season, and half a Shopify Rebellion, one of their best competitors throughout the year. I'd lock in and get yourself ready because this is going to be a fun series.
And you already know we're going to start our series on a 2-sniper map. We got Stellar with the sniper in the hands for SSG, and he's already connected on some body shots here, not quite the head. Meanwhile, on the side of 007, we see Last Shot with the finishing kill, and Bound looking like he wants to press the issue.
2 players alive for SSG, but they are stuck in their back base, just keeping those angles with the sniper to play for now. But Suppress down low gets a back smack onto Legend, and that's going to make things maybe a bit more difficult than they anticipate. Oh, Bounce. Oh my, just reaction shot onto Eco. He ripped that head off.
Beautiful shot on Bound from Bound, and almost gets himself a 2-tap onto Suppressed. Meanwhile, Suppressed doing everything he can to stay alive here as his shields are back. He's going to work on Last Shot, and that flag is already on the move.
No hesitation on moving that flag, but 007 did get some hut spawns. They're going to have quick access towards that flag. Cycle hits that first shot, and going to be up to Falcated. Oh, it's a one-on-one against the sniper, but Cycle comes out on top.
Snipes doing the hands of Cycle, 2 shots to work with. Meanwhile, I saw a player falling off the map for a second. Actually might have been Eco there. Meanwhile, just waiting for the cross right now with Cycle. Finds himself Suppressed, but can't exactly connect on the head. And with an overshield coming up in less than 20 seconds, we're seeing 007 watching every angle on the map.
Man, that's a rare miss from Cycle as well. Those easy shots. Sometimes the easy ones are the ones that are deceptive. And hey, man, we'll see you in a couple seconds. Unfortunate movement off the map, and we'll see if SSG can maybe take advantage of that unnecessary death.
Dynamo goes down, but it's not enough to stop Eco from getting that overshield. Although he shreds it, has to go 3 down in order to do so. SSG having a clear advantage as the spawners are coming up. Eco and SSG look ready, and that flag turns the corner. I'm not sure anybody from 007 is in a position to stop that.
Stellar's gonna be able to punch this one in, and SSG, there has been a clear differential between how aggressive these teams have been so far. SSG constantly applying that pressure, but once 007 saw the floodgates were open, they didn't waste any time. This is the first real aggressive play that they've made, and Cycle is gonna find his answer almost immediately. There's no one to stop this flag run.
Bound being surrounded here. Eco flies at him. Meanwhile, Cycle punches in the counter cap, and with the numbers favoring SSG, will they be able to capitalize on it? So Eco, he's in the low ground, not for long. Cycle gonna deal with him, and that's 3 down for Space Station Gaming.
With that sniper in the hands of 007. Remember, this is SSG sniper. They have a chance to get 2 up on the map. Stellar needs to win this gunfight. Not only would he get the sniper off their hands, but you get one of the best snipers in the game. That sniper stayed on the ledge, Tony. It didn't fall off. That means SSG can get control of that snipe.
Last shot aggressive here. Gets himself an assist with all of that damage. Now watching bounce back from across the map. Somehow Falcon is able to get that kill off, but eventually goes down. And with suppressed, plenty of ammo in this sniper, manning that back snipe pod, and another overshield about to hit the battlefield. Ooh.
Great damage from Suppress. He stays alive, and now just 2 players alive for 007 with with overshield coming up in 5 seconds. SSG should be in a premium spot to grab it.
We see Falcon getting his shields back. He's gonna try to work with Stellar here. Stellar actually over toward the rat tunnel, and just when Falcon about to grab the overshield, ends up getting sniped, but at least hands it off to Suppress. And with the double shields looking to get active, but that overshield is absolutely obliterated. And although Suppressed has the top mid control, he doesn't have the extra shields to work with.
Suppress working his way back. Hey, you like the shots like that. Cycle had no idea that was coming, but with that, Suppress, the only player that's alive, trying to hold off this push that's inevitably gonna come.
Still tied up at 1 apiece here. Suppressed. Oh, tries to turn and get that headshot. Meanwhile, Bound still trying to press forward. Falcon is down to 1 shot here. Bound gets up and not able to get the kill just yet. Suppress gonna replace him for a little bit of a bait and switch action. Still, SSG are losing these engagements. That was a momentary 3 down. Stellar is alive and has to get a clutch kill, able to do so.
Provides in the biggest way for his team. He's the only player alive for SSG. He significantly slows down 007, but they're not out of the weeds yet. SSG still need to find these kills in their base, and who else but Suppress to provide? 12-6 in this game, having some crucial moments to keep this pressure off of SSG.
Some big defense coming out of Space Station Gaming, and now we're trying to find out, will that convert into some offense here as you get 007 out of your base, and Suppress looking to push that 50% portion of the map.
Stellar working. Oh, Cycle, how? That nade thread the needle, it hits the chest, and they get the kill. Whoa.
Still tied at 1 apiece here. Legend having to give up his height advantage. See Falcon is Suppressed, absolutely flying on him. Somehow Legend avoiding falling off the map, and as he gets his shields back, wants to work with last shot, but Suppressed doing a great job of avoiding all of that damage, and Falcon on the flank for the cleanup. Numbers advantage once again favoring SSG, but I say that they go 3 down. Suppressed the only player alive with this sniper.
We see this so much in this game where it's just Suppressed on an island having to do his best, and so far he's succeeded in these moments. The sniper also getting away for his spot. Remember, this is 007 sniper that he has, but Bound, crucial kill. Gets that sniper into his team's possession, preventing SSG from potentially controlling 2.
5 bullets in the sniper for Bound, and we know that he knows what to do with it. Lining up the shot onto Eco, won't even need it because both Stellar and Eco get sent to the respawn screen here, but as Legend goes down, Bound has to force the action, gets himself a kill onto Suppress, gonna run that flag over towards his teammates on the snipe side. There's an annoying player on the low ground. It's gonna be Stellar. Oh, Stellar avoiding death and doing a great job staying alive, and eventually Bound even takes a bit of team damage there.
Stellar about it almost looked like they had like a side event happen where it was like, this is going to be a 1v1 and we're going to play it out right into that Mohawk side. That was an exciting one, but Stellar coming out on top. And once again, a couple pushes now from 007 that looked great at the start, but SSG able to find some of those crucial kills that slow them down just enough and allow them to stabilize, keeping this game at 1 apiece.
SSG looking coordinated with their defense, and it's converting now to that 50% portion of the map control. Even last shot can't stay alive over toward the top main side, but with Overshield about to hit the battlefield, these kills feel so important. And with Suppress going down to 1 shot courtesy of that grenade cycle, able to clean him up, the rest of SSG nowhere near OS. This has to be Cycles, this has to be 007s, and this is their opportunity.
And Cycles just gonna have a lot of freedom here. Gets all the information for his team, uses that overshield to get that flag out quickly, and he won't stop moving. In fact, the player Suppressed, he never got Cycle. He's still alive down there. They can keep moving this flag while SSG's trying to take space. I don't know if they're gonna have enough time. Cycle could just win the race back home.
Turns the corner and nobody from SSG in position to stop that flag. I say that, but Stellar goes right through the mid and max damage being put down, but eventually Cycle punches that one in. 2-1 lead here for 007, but I'm loving the positioning from Space Station Gaming.
That could have been one of the smoothest flag stops from Stellar, but he'll settle for a potential counter opportunity here instead. Legend and his teammate doing their best to stay alive in this hut, to have an angle on the flag, but Suppressed is just providing suppression from his angle, and that's an easy counter cap. It's 2-all. Next flag will win.
An exciting game to start off our grand finals right now, and one in which SSG seem like they have all the advantage in the world, but 007 have a legend apparently, and he goes at 1 in the 1v2. Meanwhile, Eco trying to grab a hold of the sniper, but he still has 4 players in front of him. The first one falls in Cycle, and he's even able to get the trade on bound. Huge out of Eco.
Still, though, 007 are going to be able to pressure the sniper player on the right side. And great comms to come out. Last shot not only got damage onto Suppress, but as soon as that disengagement happens, he changes his focus and finds the kill on Fallicated to give 007 some much needed map control.
And now it feels like the focus of this fight is just allowing Suppress to get active with this sniper. With Overshield about to come up, things slow down momentarily. That's until back-to-back kills go to favor of 007. Suppressed out of the play right now, and that Overshield should be snatched right up. He's gonna have to hit some shots with this sniper, otherwise 007 about to run away with this flag.
2 players in front of Suppress, and that overshield, there wasn't really much he's going to be able to accomplish. Legend far away with this flag already, and with only 1 player alive for SSG, I don't think there's a way for them to get there in time. Instead, Cycle just trying to hit some sort of highlight clip to end this game.
Yeah, that flag is still on the move, and even the fumble not going to be enough to stop this one. It's a 3-2 win for 007 to start off our grand finals.
We saw really a back and forth, and what was really interesting about the game is you think about how 2 of those flag captures happened was they were instant counter captures. So it was really just a lot of tension that was building on the map, and then once it broke, it felt like both teams were able to find their opportunities, but it was 007 that were able to find that final answer with that flag run, and who else but Legend to provide it, right? One of the best players at just recognizing his timing, pulling flags, and making things difficult for other sides. I really believe Legend is the best player for playing flag or any objective, really. It's incredible to watch him work.
It really feels like Constant Legend has so much responsibility on his hands, and oftentimes even becomes a bit underrated at times. You know, he has the responsibility of putting down max damage on the map. He's one of the better objective players in the league. He always seemingly has to make the right play at the right time, and that activates that Optic roster, and it's also activating this 007 roster. Game 1 already belongs to them. Meanwhile, game number 2 is going to be Slayer on recharge. First to 50 kills takes the win. 12 minutes on the clock. You got a shock rifle, you got a camo, and meanwhile, SSG got a Suppressed who dropped 21 in that game 1.
Whoa, Suppress, it's the fastest slide you'll see in this game. Gets the perfect timing and just soars by the player hiding in the corner. Opening camouflage to SSG.
Moving and grooving, now he's shooting and looting. The shots earn him a camouflage, the camo earns him perfect kills, and now Cycle just about gets away, but eventually Suppress taking down his former teammate SSG with a small lead in the early game.
Suppress put on certainly a little bit of a highlight reel early in this game, but shock rifle moves to bound and fluid movement from him as he gets 2 kills before he goes down, and more importantly got that shock rifle back towards his teammates that spot, keeping the power weapon in their possession, and SSG confined onto that C side where a flank is already in. Legend is just ripping them apart.
A round of slays ultimately go their way, and just like that, 007 take the lead and have every single resource on the map. SSG, moment they come off a spawn, they're being sent right back. The spawn manipulation is just too much. That was a momentary 3 down, and 007, they're not done.
Eco, he's not going to get any help from his team early on in this fight. Left in isolation to do his best with 2 players surrounding him, but Eco, man, he's been doing a good job of just being a nuisance on those front lines. Eco gets a kill on the Legend. Right, he was last player alive. He's still causing chaos into these pipes, giving SSG some, at least a little bit of momentum, as this game is still just a 3-kill differential.
Falcon trying to get involved, but as his teammate goes down, he's forced back over toward the Whirlpool side. Looks like the reinforcements are starting to come in. Last shot, smell something funny here. Gonna be a little hesitant with it, and eventually SSG rotate right on out of it, but Eco gets backsmacked before that happens. Falcon it down to 1 shot. Cycle's able to deal with him, and SSG's influence and lead starting to widen.
Great movement tech from Mountain there. Ensures he doesn't hit that head so he can get more damage down, but SSG's just been struggling to be able to control what fight is happening. They're very much on a reactionary set sequences where 007's just been able to provide that first entry.
Big entry kill coming out of bound there. Last shot eventually cleans up another over toward the back blue side, and wait.
I think he got the kill with the splash damage. That was insane. I don't know if I've seen that before in Halo.
Some people are just, touched by the gods of Halo. Last shot's one of them.
Last shot had a nuke combo. He shot it, and a player jumped in front of a 1-shot. He hit the full shielded player, but the player behind the full shielded player got killed by the noob combo splash damage, and then the 1-shot player immediately got picked off by the player that was 1-shot for 007. That had a massive swing in this game, and now they have a 10-kill lead.
And last shot still with that shock in hands. Meanwhile, Weakened Eco forced to retreat. Suppressed and Falcon the first 2 at the black screen, and I think Eco might have gotten away toward the long haul side, but clearly the damage has been done. 007 are running this map.
Yeah, things drastically changed after those engagements in that white tower, and still a full clip of this shock rifle to work with. A camouflage that comes up in 10 seconds, and last shot bound. They're playing like they've been teaming forever, just perfectly baiting each other.
3 down go SSG, and more importantly, 007 looking for those spawning players. That shock in the hands of last shot is going to be troublesome for SSG at the moment they try to cross. Last shot is there, putting it to the dome. Perfect shots. Eco might have been able to survive that, but look at the scoreline. It's getting worse and worse. What the?
Double kill.
Cycle gave him the back. That's a massive double kill, and he's gonna be able to find one more. 5 in a row for Eco, and a camo for Stellar. This could be the start of something for SSG, but the camo only gonna be able to get 1, and still a mountain to climb in this game. A 13-kill differential.
Even some unfortunate events going for 007 is really not enough to put SSG within striking distance of 007. That lead is serious, and so is that trade as more kills start to go to favor of 007. SSG simply running out of scoreboard to play with.
Coming through, all the players of SSG stuck in that white tower, and 007, look at every player just starting to get their different angle. They're working on a coordinated effort. Legend going to be the first that comes in from the back, but 2 important fights won by SSG. as that coordination tried to come through. It's still a double-digit lead, but things aren't going to be as easy as 007 anticipated.
Kill advantage. Falcated down to one shot, trying to find the exit toward the mid side. Able to take down last shot while trying to survive. Decent kill for him, but 47, now 48 here for 007. Just 2 kills away ultimately from going up 2-0 in this series. I don't see a world where SSG come back from this one, but I do see one where Psycho does at least slow his roll.
The stats out of this 007 team looks insane. At the end of the game, we'll talk about it a little bit more as we see these last couple kills come through. SSG struggling to stay alive, but look at the stat sheet is crazy. Legend is just causing so much chaos. He has double-digit assists. I'm so curious what his damage looks like. Cycle's doing like he's doing his thing where he just stays alive. That Ola S style gameplay, like everything looked like peanut butter and jelly. Like it just, the combination of teamwork throughout that game looked like they've been teaming forever.
We're looking at those stats that you were talking about. A big 15 kills and 7 assists, good for a 9.3 KDA out of bounds. Cycle throwing up 9.0 as far as that KDA as well. But you said you wanted to look at that damage, especially with Legend putting up more assists than he did kills there. And that's a great call, brother. 4,200 damage dealt.
Look, he's taking 4,100 as well. That is just no fear going in, just being that entry player. And you know, I don't think he has a positive KD at the end of it, but you can see the positive impact he's having for his team. He's really the one that's breaking open the play, and that's just fun to watch. Like everything that happened throughout this game. Is this the noob combo? Yeah, look, the one-shot player, boom. Okay, so then what happens after that? Okay, so he shoots him. Dude, what happened here?
I think it was just a team shot.
Is it a team shot?
I could be wrong.
Yeah, it could be. I was like, man, what the hell happened?
Yeah, he shot his team. That's what I was thinking from the beginning. I'm like, did he just kill his teammate?
Dude,
when you went into the splash damage,
yeah,
I was like, oh snap. Okay,
no, you were right.
bad.
You were right. No, that's crazy. I was like, is it splash damage? I don't think I ever saw that. No. He just execution style put one in the head.
You broke my brain with that, bro.
No, I was like, I was overcooking for sure. Overcooking. I thought we saw something crazy, but no, just putting a bandit shot into his teammate's head. That's so funny.
2-0 lead here for 007. That means 1 game away from becoming your champions. There have been moments from Space Station Gaming that we've seen them and their coordination look great, but now we got to see them put a full game together, which right now, going 3 down can't possibly be part of the plan.
Cycle gets in and stays alive. Something that's just so patented from the Cycle gameplay. A lot of times you'll see him just be able to thrive while one shot. Keep an eye on that. And already the trip cap is in. 007 looking to finish this in 3-0 fashion. They are just running at SSG.
Something told me that 007 was looking at the rest of this lower bracket. They're like, yo, this is so much milk. Let's speed run our way through the grand finals, man. It's crazy how fast this has gone, but 007 playing like they got somewhere to be. 57-0 run. Stellar with some max damage, love that, but he has to retreat and take down to the low ground. And while he does that, 007s are still scoring.
Yeah, when you just look at the stats of 007, you see everyone just getting involved in every gunfight. They are working cohesively, and that's what it's so hard in Strongholds. When a team just always has each other's help, they're starting to clean up kill after kill and to find more value. Cycle once again goes down to one shot, gets that kill, and is going to try to get more. Oh, the little sprint strafe not going to work that time.
Suppressed. Trying to avoid all of that damage going down. Mind you, there is a player in the green side that's neutralizing this base here. He's gonna have to wait for the reinforcement to come in. They're able to slay out. Momentary 3 down for 007, but Psycho, he's still flying.
Team score.
They are just able to put up a massive lead early on in this game. Before SSG, I've finally gotten a bit of control to work with. A 2-2 split where Eco's going to be the player that decides where the help should come from, and that con translocator is going to be able to help on both sides. So now he's at B, but if he hears the help that needs to come at C, he can just QT right out and get to their help.
And also use that QT to just portal right back out into safety. A huge backsmack to keep him alive. Now he's right back in the action. 2 players from 007 that he has to deal with, but as the first one falls, so will the second. And that's a huge play from SSG.
Falcon just gonna stay alive as Legend, the only player alive, will try to spot the camo. It is spotted, but I don't think he's gonna be able to do much more. Just did not have the shields to facilitate anything after.
Stellar
Double kill.
currently 11-4. Call him Butter. He's on a roll right now and going at last shot next, but last shot takes height. Huge kill out of him. That'll slow down SSG just that much as they look to find their second base.
That's really interesting because SSG was just laying on pressure at A, but they did not get that secure. So 007 eventually were able to find some kills, and they get themselves back into scoring position relatively quick.
Half a clip to work with here for Suppressed, and this S7 sees Eco and Falcon is spawning over toward the camo side, knows that 007 are pushing the green side because of that, trying to find out exactly where they could be, spots just a bit of Legend, enough for him to activate on that damage. 3 down once again, go 007, make it 4.
4 down, Suppress has options. The spot snipe was just a hair off. Cycle's head will be safe for now, but SSG ready for this attack.
SSG scoring once again. Suppressed still has a couple bullets to work with, but as he's being driven away from the tower side, tries to double back and get himself a trade. Not gonna happen. Meanwhile, Bound, you know, when he has this snipe, exciting plays tend to happen. Just barely misses out on that quick scope onto Falcated, but still has a teammate working Charlie.
I can't get over this. I know it's like the last most random thing. Let's see, Bound not going to be able to say like Bound with the pizza bandit. It just cracks me up every time I see it. Stellar double kill for him. I know it's a total tangent. He almost gets 3. Wow. SSG going to be able to win those fights towards C and get themselves back into scoring position. Remember, it was 88-1 to start this game. So SSG slowly but surely working their way back into this game.
Chill with that, man. I'm hungry. I've been hiding, bro. Like that's the only thing I'll be able to see all game.
That thing, a pizza skin with demon horns on it is just like next level, you know? It's like, how do we get to this point? Well, Stellar getting another one.
SSG moving in for the trip cap here. Camouflage is already up. 007 spawn and try to make a play towards Charlie, but Eco is here. They are not giving them any room to breathe. SSG, they want the lead and they're willing to fight for it.
Last shot and expecting some sort of push that could come towards them. Important to win this one-on-one. Not only did he get the hill, can he get the kill? No! Falcated just wins it. The cycle with that camo should be able to come help finish off what's remaining from Space Station. They will secure A as a home, but 007, that massive lead, remember it was an 87-point lead, is essentially gone. SSG have officially brought themselves back into this game.
Yeah, it feels like they have complete control of the map and have had it for quite some time now. Alpha and Bravo change hands immediately, leaving 007 only with C, and it takes 2 to tango. A triple out of Legend. Is that the opening they're looking for?
This could be it, right? Cycle's left alone, 1 shot at Nest. They're going to try to work towards B. It's 3 players at Sandbags trying to prevent 007 from coming through, but with them getting into that back of B so fast, SSG were not able to get those cross shots in time. They go 4 down, and 007 are now spawn trapping them at Mud. Cycle just obliterates Eco. What are you supposed to do against that?
That was just so perfect. Get themselves a trip cap. No time wasted whatsoever. Knew exactly where that player was spawning. Made him as uncomfortable as possible. That was just textbook Halo. And with that, 007 not only take the lead, but complete momentum in this game.
As trip cap can be brutal. If SSG doesn't get these initial slays, they're going to get just an absolute pounding of scores. I don't know what I'm sorry. I slipped up there, Tony. I can't lie. I'm sorry. I couldn't find the word.
Sweet. I'll go with 007. Meanwhile, Bound. Trying to focus fire on Falcated. He's done a great job of staying alive. He actually gets himself over on the Nest side, but eventually Eco gets his kill. Legend on the cleanup, turns it into a double, and that's 3 down momentarily for SSG.
I mean, 007 just up 3 again, and with Camouflage coming up, this is going to be important for SSG to grab on the right side, but Cycle and Bound could be playing prevention here. Suppress goes down to 1 shot, but I'm surprised 007's not playing a little bit more aggressively towards that camo. Instead, finding their fights on the other side. That camo could be suppressed to take away. Just one more player to deal with.
Legend and Bound, back-to-back kills. Bound,
Double kill.
huge double kill. Has his eyes set on Stellar as he's pushing over toward the Bravo side. Legend simultaneously working on Alpha. Falcon is kind of by himself here. Last shot gets himself a camo. Right now, 007 have taken complete space and really have just dominated the map at this point forward.
This is interesting from last shot. He's slowing himself down on purpose, trying to get timing there, but it was really unfortunate. The teammate of Stellar spawned right next to him inside of A, and that really slowed last shot's potential there, but still a 2-cap in effect for 007. They're still scoring in this game, and despite SSG having these moments to get themselves back in, they have not been able to take this lead away from them.
Last shot, not able to capitalize on some of that damage that Cycle was able to put down, and Stellar just flies on in for the sandbags to the green side. Meanwhile, Legend is going to go on a bit of a dip there, 202 points and counting for 007, but Space Station Gaming momentarily have a double cap.
And that one looked a little bit odd. I was curious what Legend was trying to do there. I guess it was a burn of that quantum translocator. Either way, Space Station going to be able to gain at least some timing on the map. 2-cap should be coming in. There's 2 players though. 007, man, they get there just in time. And with that, SSG go 4 down. And now it's a dangerous trip cap opportunity that's could be in store. Bound could just peel the head off the spawners at A, but disciplined for now. He does not want to play for those spawn kills. Instead, will be smart with that sniper. 5 bullets to work with. Going to try to give himself the best possible angles.
Doesn't exactly have that timing, so a complete reposition over toward the nest side. Meanwhile, last shot feeding the information of where SSG are pushing from, but both Bound and last shot hit the black screen here. Now the same, it's a 3 down. Legend gonna be the final player alive here, and he gets wiped as well. 007s have 234 points, but SSG could have a trip cap.
And Ego's being very aggressive over here at A. Will be able to find one, but 2 players remaining. They will get a home, but they're not going to be able to get out of it necessarily. The big bad wolves are coming. It's be tough. Yeah, Cycle goes down. SSG's there. They just win all those gunfights. They're going to be able to stay on top of the rotations. 1 step ahead of 007 right now, and they need to remain that way. It's only 15 points, essentially, or 25 points. Matt, dude, I'm sorry. 007, they're just right at the finish line, right? Just one rotation, and they have this.
At this point, Alpha changes hands. Bravo, they're now working over toward the SSG side of things. Eco makes himself over towards that Alpha side, and Falcon has his back. Once again, 007 go 3 down, and this time it's a trip cap, but it's for SSG. Last shot gets repulsed right out of that hill.
Eco just keeping him out, and I mean, hey, that's get a couple extra points there. Kept the trip cap in, but unfortunately, it was just a little too much to stay alive. 2-cap right back in for 007, and now just 10 points remaining for them to secure this 3-0 sweep in grand finals. Clearing out A. His last shot. Legend's there to help on the next. Eco goes down. It's just Suppress that can try to get to A. He has to win whatever comes next.
Suppress is able to make it in. Just about done over towards Alpha. Cycle recognizes the situation, so slows it down just a bit. Now it's gonna hop in, and this is gonna be devastating for SSG. They had no idea Cycle was on the flank, but Charlie changes hands. So does Alpha. They need to get their butts in the hill, but it's not gonna happen. Bound gets himself a double across the map, takes them to Bound Town, and that's gonna be 007 coming out with